1984. Can everybody hear me? When she's committed to something, she's committed, offered up by a friend and former roommate. That comment captures the prevailing opinion about Debbie Scott Williams. Luckily for the university, Debbie Scott Williams is committed to Princeton. Debbie's commitment has been apparent through her participation in some sort of alumni activity everywhere she has lived since graduating from law school in 1988, including Little Rock, Houston, Dallas, San Francisco, Atlanta, and Kansas City. She has been class secretary, assistant class historian, and a member of the participation steering committee for her class's 25th reunion. She has been an Alumni Schools Committee member for more than 25 years, served on the board of the Princeton Club of Georgia, and sits on the Princetoniana Committee. It was while she was in Atlanta that she came to the attention of Henry von Cohorn, 66. Atlanta was chosen to be one of the first 5 regions to host the Princeton Prize in Race Relations, and Debbie was the regional chair. Henry remembers that, quote, her appreciation of and admiration for the prize winners was evident from the beginning. It soon became clear that we needed Debbie in a national role. She was elected vice chair of the National Committee in 2009 and became chair in July 2013. She has proven to be a passionate and dedicated leader, and her fundamental kindness and warmth always comes through. End quote. Others who work with her chime in. Her dedication to Princeton and the prize knows few limits, from texting staff at 11 p.m. to see how a volunteer might get additional support in flying to Princeton multiple times a year, giving her own support to the university. Debbie embodies the ideal spirit of service. Debbie also brings her spirit of service to her other communities. While she may describe herself as a stay-at-home soccer mom, that description belies her many activities and civic engagement. In Atlanta, she saw the need for immediate attention to equity and educational opportunity, and she was an advocate for students with special needs in the city's area schools, a drum major for justice, speaking for those without a voice and without a forum. Now living in Kansas City, she was a trainee at the University of Kansas Medical Center's Leadership and Neurodevelopmental Disabilities Program. In everything she does, she makes clear her deep respect for the value of human relations, always putting others first. And she does this with her unfailing and infectious good cheer, her warm smile and hearty laugh. An admirer insists that when Debbie talks, it feels as though she is hugging you. In the 25th reunion yearbook for the class of 1984, Debbie wrote, I am filled with gratitude for my position in the Princeton family. Today, the tables are turned, Debbie, and we are going to put you first. The Alumni Council is filled with gratitude for Princeton's position in your family. With this award for service, we hope that whenever you look at your tiger, you will see a big crystal hug.
As a little girl in Memphis, Tennessee, I used to speak at churches and memorize poems, and I would start often with this from Charles Wesley. A charge to keep I have, a God to glorify. Gratitude was mentioned here. That's part of what I feel here today. To see so many of you here to support me and to have the opportunity to serve Princeton fills me with great gratitude. I would like to thank my husband, Jerry Williams, without whom none of this would be possible. I don't know where he is. I'd also like to share my gratitude, frankly, for the village of friends and family and classmates. All you represent them. Those of you who are here right now, you represent the village from Memphis, Tennessee. You represent the village from my various churches. You represent so many different facets of my life. And it is just my thrill and my honor to be somebody that Princeton would entrust with service, but would also enable to serve. And as I take my seat, I want to remind you that being from Memphis, Tennessee, our city, of course, has been scarred by being the site of Dr. Martin Luther King's assassination. But on the other hand, there's so much about him and his life that I think just it's part of who Memphians are. So I'd just like to start or finish with this actually. We talked about Drum Major for Justice, but he also had another sermon, another part of that very sermon, Drum Major for Justice. And at the end of it, he talks about there's a definition of greatness. And it means that everyone can be great because everyone can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and your verb agree to serve. You don't have to know Plato or Aristotle to serve. You don't have to know Einstein's theory of relativity to serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. I was bequeathed that by my parents and my community and my village. And for all of you who are part of that, I'd just like to thank you.